Listen, we have a great show lined up for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real relevant and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we are bringing balance to your house with Coach Ken Canion today. So glad to have you here, Coach Ken. How are you today?
Doing fantastic. How are you, Kim?
I'm doing great. I know we talked backstage and we were talking about some of the weather and stuff. And yes, here in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's been ice and sleet and rain.
Yes.
So I've pretty much
same here. I'm in Greensboro, ice, sleet, 9 yards. So I've kind of been stuck in for a day, but that gives me time to reflect.
Okay.
And then I got coaching clients who call me, and I do my academy on Sunday. And so I was asking them, last night we had a good conversation about relationships and communication and things like that. Mm-hmm. And we were just having a discussion about just the weird stuff we do in relationships.
And weird stuff, okay.
And that brings me to you.
Oh, wait. Do you want me to introduce? Let me. Okay, here we go, y'all. All right, go ahead and put yourselves some comments in the virtual studio audience. Let us know who you are, that you're in the actual audience. I'll make sure I acknowledge your comments throughout the broadcast. And also just share with us one word that would describe the type of love that you're looking for. So do that, because here we go. Coach Ken, get ready to go in probably on me.
No, I'm not going to go in on you, but I had a question. So, I'm Coach Ken. I'm a relationship and communications coach. And, Kim, every time I come on, it ain't gonna ever be like you planned it.
Oh my gosh.
So I've helped a lot of folks repair their marriage, restore their relationships, and I've helped people actually break up and disconnect from a relationship.
Right, of course.
Yeah, because sometimes it's time to disconnect. I always say, I know if I can repair a relationship. I do know. Mm-hmm. I've been so good at it. But I also know the good thing about me is I also know when it's time to walk away. But let me say this. A lot of people walk away way too soon. Way too soon.
Interesting.
A lot of people walk away way too soon. But I got a question. We was talking about weird stuff people do in relationships. When I say weird, I would say abnormal. And that brings me to you. I think of you as a balanced, intelligent person.
Okay.
You're super smart. So I furrowed my brow when I was on your page one day.
Wait. What, Ken? What?
It furrowed my brow when I saw that every year you give your ex-husband a gift.
Okay.
And I was like, why are we doing that? I was just like, why are we doing that? And so I thought that I would ask, because I was like, okay, the kids are older. It's not like we're doing the kids giving it to them. So I wanted to just know that. Could you help me with that one?
Okay. First of all, my name is Kim Jacobs. I'm the host of the Kim Jacobs Show. I have here with me today Coach Ken, who is definitely America's #1 relationship expert. So he's here to talk to us today about y'all, not about me. But okay. So I posted a video recently where I was doing this joke, is really what it was. My ex-husband, he comes over, he does this whole celebration with the children. And I'm a big believer, Ken, that you should not have to have all of these separate occasions, a separate wedding, a separate baby shower, separate all of that.
Okay.
Just because you all didn't work out shouldn't affect all the children.
Sure. Okay.
In our case, most of our children are adult children,
Okay.
and our youngest one is 17. And so I knew he was coming over to do his usual thing, right? And I'm like, oh God, I gotta get my mind right just for that alone, right? That you come bearing.
Right. No, I get it. I get that.
I don't want to go too far. You come bearing.
No, I get it. I get it. I sure enough get it.
Woo, Sha. So I gotta take some deep breath. But when he's here, we all, the kids would give him something, and I'll give him a bag of some things too. In the bag, Ken, are his old things that really were his all along. They were his suits or something that he may have left, or a pair of shoes or whatever. And instead of just burning it or trashing it or sending it to Goodwill, I repurposed it and put it back in a bag.
Okay.
And I give it to him as a joke, but he really genuinely does not get it initially every time. So he's like, oh, Kim, this is nice. What size is this? And he's analyzing it with the tag still on it, and it's his. I'm like, what?
You know what? That's why it fooled me too. If it fooled him, it's gonna fool me. I didn't know. Because he's looking at it, because I'm looking at him look at it, and he's looking at it like, oh wow. Oh wow. After all of that, I still get something.
It's his own stuff. It's his clothes.
That is funny. Do you tell him that it's his?
Well, he realizes it as time goes on, because like one thing he opened, it had his name engraved in it from a dry cleaning experience from like 2004 or something, and it had his name embedded in the lapel. He was like, "Oh, this is mine."
You do know that's kind of petty, right? I'm just saying, you do know that's like, that's kind of petty, right?
Okay, y'all. Do y'all think it's petty? Go ahead and put your comments.
Petty Betty, that's kind of petty, right? I'm just saying.
This brings me to a good part, that I do need partners that help support, since I'm not married, right? I need partners to help support the Kim Jacobs Show, keep our program thriving. And so if I can get 10 of you all that are tuned in today to pour into the broadcast and to support us in some kind of way, we'd be able to keep bringing balance into your household with Ken and other phenomenal guests that come on here. All right, I just use that as a shameless plug.
Y'all go ahead and y'all need to donate some money to Kim, because I've done it too in the past on a couple of occasions. So what I'm saying is y'all do this. All right.
All right, Ken. Let's talk. Did I answer your question? Is it
still? You did, and the more now it brings a little clarity to me. Mm-hmm. I understand it, but I also have other questions, but I will reserve those. But I will say that it is Petty Betty in the building.
Okay, I want to see what studio audience member said. Is it petty? Is it petty? Kim said, uh-oh. Kim goes to our church. Shavetta said, oh my goodness, you funny. You funny. You funny.
She said about you funny, because that's funny to me. Okay.
I never thought about it as any social media thing or gag or anything. I literally was just doing it because it was some stuff that was his. And I thought, you know what? I might as well put it in a bag with some tissue on it. At least he'll be happy to have his stuff back and go about his business, is what I thought.
Oh, you're so kind. Anyway, let's get started.
Okay.
You're so kind. You're so kind.
So y'all, listen, today we're talking about what it takes to have a safe and secure relationship and what that really looks like from our individual perspectives, but really hearing from Coach Ken, who's a relationship expert. So Ken, as we're talking about this, you've dealt with MTV Caught in the Act, Unfaithful. I did watch the episode of Decisions, which you all can now download on Tubi. It's free, and he's a part of the cast. So I did. Let's talk about that for a second too, because I did watch.
Yeah, let's talk about the first episode.
That's what I've watched so far.
Okay, let's talk about the first episode. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Decisions, by the way, Kim, we were ranked the last couple of months, within the top 50 productions. We were within the top 50 productions on Tubi, and they have over 10,000 titles, and we were in the top 50.
Look at God. That's amazing. And you know what? It's so thought provoking. I was taking notes like I was at a classroom. I said, this is crazy. So yeah, you definitely want to check out Decisions on
Kim, we're bringing you more soon. Real soon. There's about to be something, and I'm going to come back, Kim, next month to tell you because here's the biggest questions about decisions. People are like, well, what happened? What happened at the end? What occurred?
Right.
And so we're about to do something that shows you what happened.
Oh, wait. From episode 1, the outcome and how you just left the cliffhanger.
All of 3 episodes. You didn't see the other 2.
I have them. I'm gonna watch them today. So
all of them, something happened afterwards.
So this is gonna be the reunion, like what ended up, the update.
I can't tell you right now.
Oh, come on. You're gonna tell me backstage.
I'll tell you backstage, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you backstage.
I'll tell you backstage. Now that's what I'm telling y'all. This is some good stuff getting ready to happen. Okay.
I'll tell you backstage. Oh, I like that.
We want to know. Okay.
I'm gonna tell everybody coming up, and I'm on once a month. So every next month I'm gonna tell everybody. This month I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, y'all. So Tubi, it's on Tubi. It's in the top 50 shows that's on Tubi. You can download it. It's called Decisions. It is provocative, is entertaining, is interesting, is thought-provoking. It's a lot of different things. So talking about that for a minute, I wanted to not give the whole thing in case people haven't watched it, but I did take some notes.
Kim said, bye, y'all. It's 3 episodes I'm going to watch. Don't go nowhere, Kim, but it's 3 episodes, yeah.
That's ridiculous, Kim. Now you could at least watch what? It's 3 episodes, y'all. Oh my gosh, Kim, at least watch the show until its entirety and then go watch. My goodness, some people. Alaman is on. You know Alaman.
Yeah, he's my YouTube guy. He helps me get all my YouTube videos out to the world. So yeah, so
Alaman, you know your stuff. You know what you're doing, and I'm so glad to know you as well. So Decisions was too fast. I need more. You're gonna get more next month, girl.
Where you gonna get? Stop, Kim.
Chevette said Petty Betty. Oh no, I'm Petty Betty. I feel so bad. But I still have something for next year, though. I do. I already know what I'm doing.
Are you serious?
He won't get it the next year. Okay. She'll stay. Let's keep going, y'all. So when I was actually watching episode 1, I realized that there's some places that we go that we intentionally go in hopes of experiencing. Oh, you know what, Ken? I got a good idea backstage. I'm gonna tell you too, because these notes let me know some thoughts on what we could do. But there are some things that was happening in that episode that already set the scene for it to become a problem, in my opinion.
So let me ask you a question, though, Kim. Okay, we talking about decisions are never black and white on Tubi. So I produced it based on letters and things that I've gotten as a coach.
Okay.
So here's the reality. Kim? Okay, you meet the man of your dreams right now, right today, because you are looking to be in a relationship.
I'm looking to be married.
So we're gonna get into that second. We're gonna get into that second. I'm gonna get into that second.
Go ahead.
I believe in marriage, but we approach it wrong. But I'm gonna get into that second.
Okay, go ahead.
But the first thing is, let's say you meet the man of your dreams, right? He communicates. He's kind. He's generous. He's everything. He's a protector. He's a provider. He's everything that you want. He does what you want. And then 15 years ago, he made a decision. We've all made bad decisions. And you find out about this decision based on decisions that he was in a dark place. And at the end of the day, he's had therapy from it one time. And you find out, do you give everything up that you wanted because of that?
Yeah, I wrote that question down, and I said I really genuinely didn't know how I would answer that question, because sometimes I think people are so easily able to answer what they would do in a situation.
What they think they would do.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because what you're right.
They think they would do in a situation until they experience it. Right. So there are some things that we genuinely just don't know the answer to until we experience it ourselves. So I don't know the answer.
You know what? You're the first person who's giving me that answer.
Am I?
Yes, you are the first person who said, genuinely, I don't know what I do. At least that is the most honest thing. I'm not surprised coming from you, because most people are like, yeah, I wouldn't do it. Then some people say I would because I done stuff. Because there are a lot of us who have made decisions and done things that, think about it, Sean. Can we be honest? Let's be honest. But here's the thing.
Did you say think about it, Sean?
No, I said think about it, y'all. But hey, Sean.
Oh Sean.
Think about it, y'all. There are things about every one of us that people don't know.
Right.
And what he did in decisions, he told her, because you said we had a safe space. You said I could tell you everything. You're going to be my wife. But I can't really tell you everything. Can I really tell you everything?
No.
And here's the thing, Kim. Should a person tell you everything?
Well, my answer is yes. I believe that you should tell the person everything. That way they don't have
everything about your past?
Everything. I personally believe you should, yes.
So
but you all put your own comments. What do you think?
So let me ask you this. So when you get into a relationship, when you date somebody coming up, because you are, so you're going to tell them everything you've done in the past.
Not based on you. You surely have not connected me with anybody yet. I just thought Petty Betty would be true to her name today. Not based on your connection.
Oh, snap. Petty Betty is true to form. So Miss Betty, let me go back to what I said. So would you tell them everything you've done?
I don't have a problem telling somebody everything I've done. So it's not, I don't have a problem with that.
So you tell them, okay. Most people, I don't believe you should tell a person everything you've done. And here's my theory. This is Ken, not Coach Ken. My theory is, if what I'm about to tell you does not edify the relationship or affect the relationship about my past, I'm going to keep it in the past. Because see, some things that I've done, I'm not proud of. Things that I believe are better off dead. If something happened to me 20 years ago, why would I tell you that? And so some people believe I'm going to tell everything. Okay. See, because what happens to human beings, and let me put it in perspective. This is the problem with it. Every 7 years, scientists say that human beings evolve. We become different people. We lose cells every single day, hundreds of thousands of cells every single day. We have evolved. The man I was 20 years ago is totally different than the man I am today.
Yes.
So what happens is if I interject and tell you things about the man I was, you relate the man I was to the man that I am.
Well, let me just put a different spin on it. And you tell me, you're the coach, you're America's #1 top relationship coach. So here's the thing. So here's the thing. If I don't tell you what I've been through, then it won't allow you to handle me in a delicate manner pertaining to that particular area. Because now you may have a little bit more compassion, or I may have a little bit more compassion, because I know that's a trigger for you. It's a problem for you.
Yes.
It's an issue that you've dealt with. So when someone jumps, like they get ready to jump at you, well, maybe the other situation went to where the person jumped and choked you. And now you didn't tell me that because that was in your past.
That affects the relationship now.
Yes, big time.
Yeah, you should say that. Remember what I said. If it does not edify the relationship now, if I went into a store and stole candy 25 years ago. Or if I took a person, if I took $5 from a lady's purse 30 years ago because I was hungry, that doesn't edify the relationship now. Doesn't affect the relationship now. But do you see what I'm saying? But the triggers, things that the trauma and triggers that I've been through affect the relationship now.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So that's those things should be said. Yeah. But so the reason why this is not black and white is because everybody who says, "Yeah, I want to know," don't tell everything.
Right. The same people that are telling
say,
you,
I want you to tell me.
They keeping the
don't
secrets.
Tell everything. Right. And so in your case, Kim, you are one of the most honest, caring people that I know. And because you are, I know that you would tell the truth. I know it. Uh-oh, am I stuck? Oh. Hello.
We're on this storm. We've had all of this stuff happening. Okay. If for some reason anything goes out, just keep talking.
The storm okay.
It's so much ice and sleet.
Yeah, I know. So much ice and sleet that's weighing down all of the wires and stuff. And I know that I thank God that we have not had a power outage. I thank God for that.
Same here. We haven't either, but it keeps going in and out, and I'm connected right into the internet source. So
that's cool.
But anyway, yeah, I agree with you. I think people are always expecting people to do something that they're not willing to do themselves. And that's what we're looking for in other people, the things that we lack within our own. We're looking for safety and security, but we need to be safe and secure in our own selves first, in my opinion. I love me.
I agree. I do agree. And I think, and it goes back to where we're going. What you want to do, what does this relationship, what was your title, look like to do today? Secure relationship, whatever your title was, because you're good at that kind of stuff. This leads into that. Because here's the thing. Let me say this to you. And this is the thing about relationships. What make relationships so complicated is because human beings do two things. Number one, they expect people to see the world like they see it. Mm-hmm. Anybody they're in a relationship with, they expect people to see the world like they see it, right? That's number one. Number two, we judge people through the lens of what we would do in a situation. And so what that means is, if I'm going to judge the way you handled it based on how I would have handled it.
That's right. Somebody said, amen. Jessica said, amen, coach. Amen.
Thank you, Jessica. And so if I judge you based on, now think about it, that if I'm judging, I'm judging you, evaluating you, reviewing you based on me. Not based on you, not based on anything else but me. So now my evaluation of you is based on a flawed theory. That is why when I'm coaching people, they say, well, he didn't call. He should know that I called him, that I want to talk on the phone. Well, he should know how I feel because I've been working 3 days straight. So what you're doing is you're evaluating him or her. This is not a gender thing.
Right.
You're evaluating this person based on what I would do.
That's the point. Based only on and that's what's happening in society, Coach Ken, not just even in loving relationships. Even if we just look at how things happen overall with how people are handling other people based on what they feel should be the way that the people are handling themselves. It's inappropriate. It's just inappropriate because the way you would deal with a situation does not mean that the other person is wrong and how they chose to handle it.
That's true. So put Jessica's comment up on that. So Jessica says, but see, so many women have been through so much drama nowadays. It's hard. It's so hard to be genuine with someone because they get scared because they don't heal from one relationship before jumping into another. Okay. So let me explain this to you. She's right. She's right. A lot of trauma. I have a person in my academy who did it the right way, y'all. Ooh,
Okay. Come on, tell us.
I wish I could put her up on the screen. I've taught my people. She's in my academy. We had a meeting last night, and the whole, it was 25, 30 people on. Everybody gave her a standing ovation sitting down. Let me tell you why. Because when she was dating, she's dating this person.
Okay.
And she took me along for the ride. And here's what that means. So what she would normally do, I say, don't do. Because what you're normally doing doesn't work. She see one red flag, I'm out. That's really dumb.
So I need to put you in an earpiece when I start dating and be like, Kim, sit back down.
because watch this. The first thing I told her, let's collect data. Dating is about collecting data.
Okay.
Most people think dating is about making me feel good. It is not. And so when you're not driven by your amygdala, the emotion part of your brain, when you've incorporated your prefrontal cortex, the logical part, when you incorporate both of them, then you can collect data. So what she did was she said, even though I liked the guy, I collected data. I began collecting data on him. And she said, then I could clearly see, even though I'm digging this person, I could clearly see using both parts of my brain that we were not in alignment. I could clearly see it, even though I truly liked this dude. And he was a good dude. He's a great dude. It wasn't like but the things that he was doing. So I didn't run at the first red flag.
Okay.
I didn't run like you told me, Coach. Don't run. Stay in it. Let's collect data because people, remember, we're going on early stuff. And so as she collected data, she says, I really like the guy. But I told him yesterday that we're not in alignment, but I fully knew why though. It wasn't like this time I knew why. And she said to me, this her words, not mine. I ain't cuss his ass out when he did what he did, because I normally would cuss him out. That's what she said. But she said, I could articulate, because you taught me, Coach, I could articulate exactly why we were not in alignment. I wrote it down. I understood it. And she said, this was the first time in my life I really understood what I was looking for.
And that's because she stayed put, she analyzed, she collected the data.
Collected the data based on how I told her how to collect value system data. Because see, everybody get all excited about, oh, he fine, he look good, or he treats me good, or all that stuff matters.
That guy in Decisions treated her good, didn't he?
Yeah, but the truth is, now you're gonna know what happened afterwards, but I ain't gonna tell you. But but if you think about it, in Decisions, were they in alignment? Sure. They actually were in alignment because everything she wanted, he possessed everything. But she made a decision based on, or you will see what kind of decision she made. She made a decision based on something that she perceived would affect her.
That's what I have in my notes. Yeah. Okay. I cannot wait for part 2 of that. Okay. So in your opinion, Coach Ken, what does a safe and secure relationship look like when it comes to like a daily, every day? This is a daily walk. It's not something that's just, oh, I'm safe and secure because you're with me. You're in the house when I come home. We go to dinner. We go to the movie, stuff like that. What does it look like from your perspective day to day? It should be safety and security all the time, not just.
It's boring.
That's what I thought you were going to say. Somebody type that. Boring.
It's boring. No, listen to what I'm about to say. A safe, secure relationship is boring. It's kind of like, and I don't mean the relationship is boring. I mean, because here's the thing. Anything that I don't have to worry about, I don't have to think about, it's boring. I don't have to think about it like this. When you leave your home and you lock the door and you turn the security alarm on, you don't think about it no more, do you? Because it's secure.
That's right.
Once you lock it, once you turn the alarm on, you don't keep thinking, oh, somebody's coming over. Who's coming over? It's secure. So then That's how relationships are. The relationships are when I don't have to think about, does this person have my back? When they may hurt me unintentionally. I always tell people what I'm about to say gonna cause. I can't help you if I can't hurt you. I'll say it again. I cannot help you if I can't hurt you. And me and my wife had this discussion the other day, because sometimes my wife has said things to me that hurt about things that I do.
Right.
But it helped me, because after the initial sting of it, I began to look at it, because I know it's a safe place, because I know it's secure, because everything that she does has my best interest attached to it.
That's right. And you know that already. You know that.
Yeah, right. So a safe, secure place has this. Somebody is, now let me ask you a question. Jessica says, I see safety as someone being consistent. Well, let me ask you a question.
Let me pick that up.
They could be consistently a butthole. They could be consistently over talking. They could be consistently controlling. They could be consistently manipulating. See, it's not, safety is not inconsistency.
Right.
Safety is based on the regard. Is the person who I'm with always got my best interest at hand?
At all times.
Even if we disagree.
Right.
They are coming from a place where my best interest is their motivation.
And Vicki L. Evans is on, she's our Freestyle Friday expert. A woman of many hats is what she is.
Vicki.
She said, well, look who's here. Look who is here. Happy New Year. Listen, Ken, I agree with you that when you know that a person has your best interest at heart, but here's the thing, how do people get tricked up in thinking that somebody has their best interest at heart, but in fact, when it all comes out, it clearly wasn't the case. That's a weird place to be in, because you really think that person got you.
Well, here's the thing. This is why communication is the most important thing there is in a relationship. Not the sex, not if they love you, none of that, not the kids. In your relationship, the most important thing is the way that you and I interact and communicate with each other. Okay. That is the most important thing, period. It ain't how we all googly-eyed about each other. It's not even how deep we love each other, because what people don't realize is the feeling in love. People say, I'm in love. Do you know that is nothing more than a hormone rush?
Right.
That is nothing more than your levels of hormone go up and down. That's why I always say love is not based on how you feel. Love is based on your belief about love. Love is a commitment to me. I'm committed to you.
That's good.
That is my belief. I am committed to you no matter what. Some days my hormones gonna love you more than others. Some days you're gonna get on my doggone nerves. But either way, I'm committed to you. I'm committed to this relationship. That's what love is. Love is no more, no less. It is the commitment. It's not how people base it on, I feel this way. Because think about it. Once you're together, me and my wife been married 25 years. We've been together over 30 years. Once you're together that long, some days you're going to love, like last night, we stuck up in the snow and we having fun and we laughing and we cracking jokes. She just do stuff that be making me, and I'm laughing. I'm thinking, this is what love is.
Yes.
Sometimes it's mundane, it's boring. It's the small things of when you look at the person next to you and says, no matter what, I know you got my back. I know my best interest is at the forefront of your mind.
You better believe it. And that's what you can 100% rest your hat on, knowing that no matter what, when you go out, when you come back in, whether you like each other that day, don't like each other that day, she's consistently your boo thing.
So I'm going to break something down to you, Kim, that I don't know if I've ever broken down to you. So you got people, and I know you're aware of this, who've been together 20, 30, 40 years and getting divorced.
Right.
And they have a name for it. I don't quite know the name, but I saw, they got a name for everything now.
Right.
And when I'm on the TV show, I put names to stuff. But I forgot the name to it. Yep, that's my baby and my two daughters. And so here's the name. Here's what happens. What happens is people wake up one day. They think people wake up 30 years later and they get a divorce when they say things like, I don't love you anymore or whatever. So the question is, why do you think people get divorced after all that time? What do you think the real reason? And people think it's because somebody else, because another woman or man. People think that. That's not the real reason. But why would you think?
You want to know what I think personally?
Yeah.
What I think is that the enemy, and I'm talking about the devil. The devil
Satan. Yes.
Satan and Lucifer can get into a person's mind and actions and cause behaviors that ultimately backfire. That's what I personally believe, that the enemy gets involved in a person's thought process, and then they make decisions that are out of character to what they may have normally done, but then now they all caught up and it's too far gone. Sometimes when you're too caught up, you can't reel it back in.
But the enemy could have did that in year one. The enemy tried to do it in year one, tried to do it in year two. Why is it that in year 20 or 30 it worked? In year one, it didn't work. In year 3, it didn't work. Why is it that in year 30 it worked, or year 25 it worked? And so that's the question that we gotta ask. Okay. I think that those of you who are watching, we're on the East Coast. Kim is not too far from me, and we got ice, we got snow, we got everything that is affecting our connection here. So if one of us goes out or both of us go out, it is because of that. So I'm Coach Kim. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. And while my illustrious host is dealing with her technical issues, I am here hosting her show. So what we're talking about here, for those of you listening, I'm glad I got you. What we're talking about right now is, I asked Kim the question, why do you think that people are in relationships for quite some time, 20, 30 years, and then they get a divorce? Why do you think that is? So let me explain it to you. I'm going to explain it to you. Jessica says, well, I came out of a 9-year relationship with a narcissist and he couldn't be consistent with nothing. That's what I was referring to. Well, let me ask you a question, Jessica. Was he a narcissist in year 1? Or did he just become a narcissist in year 9? Okay. Why? Because did you accept that he was a narcissist in year 1 or 2 and you just fed up in year 9? Or what happens a lot of times, Jessica, is we know they're a narcissist or they have narcissistic traits. We know they have controlling traits, manipulative traits. But what we do is because we wanted to work so bad, and because our amygdala up here, the emotional part of our brain, is taking over, and because that part of our brain is taking over, we make decisions based on that. But we knew that he was a narcissist. We knew he had controlling traits. I imagine, Jessica, that you knew long before 9 years that those traits were there. Those traits, yeah, and she said yes. They were there. Okay, and what you did was, because you loved them, you accepted it. But the truth is that you were not in alignment. The consistency didn't just start. The inconsistency didn't just start.
Right, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying, because that's something that I know. Everything that happened when I was dating my ex-husband were things that once we got married, if you put a magnifying glass on it, those were the same things that agitated me or that I loved, depending upon what it was.
Right.
So either way, but if he said something back in that day, when it came time to it, and we put that into motion, he said, I already told you this. I was like, oh, he did tell me that back when
Yeah, he did tell you that. Yeah.
But it didn't sound like that until you got married. And then when you get
No,
married,
no. It didn't sound like that because emotionally, you filtered it through your amygdala. The amygdala, or they call it the limbic part of the brain, the emotional part of the brain. You filtered it through that part. So when you filter it through the emotional part of your brain, you justify it. Here's what you say: I love him, but we'll be all right. At that part of them, it's okay. I love this other part, but I ain't worried about it. I get over that.
So what are some things in your opinion then that are some dangers that people should look out for so that they do determine that this is going to be a problem, stay away from it? Is there anything that stands out as one or two things that you recommend that people really say, do not do this?
No, well, it depends on value. Go back to value system. Okay. I teach people in my classes, I teach them how to identify what their value system is. Okay. What are the things that matter the most? And so in my coaching, you don't walk away from my coaching without knowing your value system, without knowing what it is and why it's important. Because let me give you an example. People could say something like, I value a person cooking for me. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so when I break down, why is that a value? Why is that important? Where does that come from? Then they realize, well, that ain't that important. Because when I go that deep, I'm tapping into a part of you that explains to you why it's important. Okay. A person yelling at you, that might be part of your value system because when you were a child, the person yelled and you felt your voice was down. Now that's a value system.
That's a value system.
I
know you're going to lower your voice because I had somebody yell at me or tell me I couldn't do something or whatever. That would be aggravating.
Hey, Kim says this. Give her a link to my website. I got a few books in there. And I want you to order, Kim, here's what I want you to order. I want you to order that book that me and my wife wrote called The Canion Culture. And there is also another book that I wrote called One Decision Away. One Decision Away is a very good book. And it says we're only one decision away for the thing that we want. And I wrote that book, and that book is amazing. Canion Culture and One Decision Away.
I'm gonna go find the other one too. One Decision Away too. Let me put that one up. But I'm putting in the link, Kim, and everyone actually, Coach KenCanion.com. That's where you can get all of the books that he has, as well as sign up for his coaching program and be able to attend
my academy.
His academy, yes.
And if you're interested in my academy, y'all, I always tell people, look, people in my academy get in relationships. Kim, you probably need to get in my academy too, so I can get you in a relationship. Cause see, here's the thing. It's just like your ministry. Somebody could get teaching somewhere else. But if that teaching is not aligned with what you teach, then they may not get the result. I'm just throwing that out. I teach differently from most coaches. Most coaches don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm just being honest. The reason I'm the best is because, number one, I have a great relationship. And number two, I know how to teach you how to have a great relationship. See, that's the difference. A lot of these coaches out here, and I'm not going to call them names, but a lot of them ain't in no good relationship. They're not. I have a good relationship, and I can teach you how to have one. I've done that. I got hundreds of testimonials. So that's all I'm saying. There we go. I was a youngster then. We still got that prick on the cover. Oh, I like that. I like those two books right there. All right.
You can get both of those books on Ken's website, and that's at CoachKenCanion.com. So make sure you get a copy of both of those books and sign up for his academy as well. All right. So this is good. We've had some good conversation already, but I'm thinking that it's a process in being able to decide when you're dating someone whether they would be a good fit for you in a safe and secure situation.
It is.
If they
And
come
most
to your
people,
academy, they'll learn those tips, right?
and most people don't want to go through the process. Because here's the thing, Kim. Think about it like this. Most people, we live in a microwave society. Everybody wants the result now. So last night in my academy, I explained to them this. Ooh, thank you, God. I explained to them this. I said, everything that you will achieve that is worth something is hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, God designed it that way. I said, think about it from this perspective. Your body, it changes after you lift weights and break it down. It hurts.
Right. Yeah.
But when it repairs itself, the muscle is bigger, stronger, or more sculpted if you're a woman. Okay? Think about it when you're running cardio, you want to get your heart in condition. It hurts when you're running, you out of bed, when you feel like your heart is about to jump out of your chest. Okay, and so because think about it, the reason why God says, that's why you need faith. Faith without works is dead. See, here's the thing. Everything God's got for you lies outside your comfort zone.
Everything. I talked about that. I talked about that on Sunday. God requires us to make a move, to take a step,
to do
something. And then he's like, I already have the outcome for you, but you got to take the necessary steps to go in the direction of what you're saying you want your miracle to be. So I believe in what you're saying wholeheartedly. If I want to be in a dating situation, then I need to be in some type of academy or some type of appropriate setting so that I can learn more about whatever it is that I'm saying I want.
That's just like a person who says, I want to be an influencer. I want to have a show. And if you don't go to Kim Jacobs coaching to teach you how to have a show, then you don't want a show. Because think about it like this, y'all. Success leaves clues. Somebody said, Anjanette says, I love his movie on Tubi, Decisions. Yep. Decisions, y'all. There's something else coming up soon. Anyway, get back to it. Thank you. If you want to have a platform, if you want to learn how to do this, you should go to her academy. There it is right there. Next group training. And so, y'all, stop it. You know what the problem is, y'all? Can I tell you what the problem is?
What?
Here's the problem. We don't value it enough. You think that I can do it on my own, so I don't have to invest in doing it. I don't have to invest in somebody teaching me how to date. I can do that. I can be somebody I like, and it ain't working out for you.
That's right.
And it ain't working out for you. Because success leaves clues, y'all. Success leaves clues. Meaning, if you are unwilling to invest in yourself, why do you want God to invest in you either?
That's some good stuff, Ken. You right there. I'm telling you, you borderline preaching. You're preaching in the whole relationship world over there.
Yeah, I always tell people I'm a minister. I'm a minister. I am a preacher. The Bible says we all ministers of the gospel. I'm just not doing it behind a pulpit. I'm just doing it in the realm but my purpose.
That's right.
And so
he's definitely using you for his glory in relationships, for the relationship to be better and to be more fulfilling. How do people communicate their needs and wants and desires from a safety perspective without being afraid? Because sometimes it's like we're so scared to even articulate what it is that, I shouldn't say we, because I don't have a problem articulating what I like and what I don't like, but some people have a problem articulating what they like and what they don't because they're afraid of what the outcome's going to be.
They need to join my academy so I can teach them how to overcome it. Because here's the thing. Think about this. I used the example last night of fear. I said, people see some stuff that we as Christians say is just dumb. I'll give you an example. Like, we talk about fear and God not being a part of fear. Okay. Well, babies come to the world with two fears.
Right.
They come into the world with two fears. Do you know what they are? Number one, fear of loud noises. Babies come to the world with fear of loud noises
Yeah.
and fear of heights, fear of falling. That fear is in them.
Mhm.
Okay. Now watch this. Every other fear we learned along the way. We learned that if I did this, this would happen. If I did this, this would. If I did this, it would keep me unsafe. So the brain's whole job is to keep you alive. That's the brain's job. That's
Right.
why all your systems function the way that they do. So when the brain says, no, don't get in that relationship, you might get hurt. Okay.
Right.
And so while the brain is super powerful, but you got to understand what the brain's job is. The brain's job is to keep you alive. Now, here is what I teach people. You can actually override your brain. You can override your brain.
I'm going to write that. You can override your brain. How?
Yes. Okay. So watch this. The way the brain works, the brain, I'm going to give y'all a quick lesson. For those of you who want more, join my academy. Go to therelationshipacademy.co.
Wait a minute. The
relationshipacademy.co.
Okay.
Okay. That's $97 a month. And I'm telling you, you need to invest in yourself. And I'm going to show you something. Let me show you something. So the way the brain operates, and I've done a lot of studying over the last 15 years on the way the brain works. The brain doesn't operate in pictures. It doesn't. It doesn't operate in words. It operates in pictures. So the way the brain does it, the brain, whenever you think about something, it creates a picture in your mind. Like, I want to talk to that girl, but the brain will be like, So to create a picture of you going over there and getting rejected. So it'll create a picture to you. So the picture is for your association.
Okay.
Whether the picture is real or fake, the brain is trying to keep you alive from getting hurt.
So it's that fight or flight, regardless of what the situation.
So check this out. Here, how do you override the brain? This is how you override the brain. You override fear with action.
Okay.
So watch this. So whenever you do something, the brain takes a picture of you doing it.
Interesting.
Okay. So the more I talk to people, the more the brain says, yes, you should talk to people. You have the ability to talk to people. Whereas before, the brain said, don't go talk to nobody. Because what the brain does is whatever you do 5 to 7 times consistently,
right,
the brain gets conditioned behavior.
Okay. So you're recommending that we push ourselves beyond our comfort zone, break the cycle, and do something different than what we normally do. So
do it different, and the brain will see you doing it, but you have to do it 5 to 7 times without going back to the other behavior.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, the brain will tell you. You want to know how powerful this is? You ever see people who say, "I don't like to work out," and then all of a sudden they start working out. Then they say, the more they work out, then all of a sudden, if you miss one, then you say, "Dang, I hate that I missed." Well, what happened?
Because they broke the cycle, they broke the pattern.
Your brain got conditioned to you working out. So I'm gonna give you this one last thing here. You do not, everybody listen to me. You do not get rid of a habit. You don't. It's not how it works. You replace a habit.
Replace a habit. Okay. Somebody type that.
You don't get rid of a habit, you replace a habit. So think about this. If you say, I used to eat terrible, used to eat at night, now it ain't that you stopped eating at night. You replaced it with now I don't eat at night. You replace the habit. That's how the brain works. You don't get rid of something, you replace something.
I'm glad you said that, Coach Ken, because here's the thing. You were on America's Biggest Loser. So
The Biggest Loser.
The Biggest Loser. So you literally did exactly what you're practicing what you preach. You replace habits.
Yes. Yes.
And now you've used this in this.
I've been 160 pounds, 170 pounds down for 50, how many years I've been on there since.
So it's been a consistent change of habit,
yeah.
and one that stuck with you for the rest of your life. And
Well,
that's
now my brain's, I'm conditioned to eat right. I haven't drank a sweet soda in 10 years. I can't.
You know you're doing something special when my mama done got on here and started to my 70-something-year-old mama done typed my mama said you don't get rid of a habit, you replace a habit. That's a quote from Coach Ken. Yes.
That's it.
Let's see. Habits are replaced. Yes, they can be replaced. I want to make sure I acknowledge our studio audience. I made a post on my Facebook on you yesterday. Our Jeanette said,
thank you, Anjanette.
Thank you for tuning in, Jeanette, too, and Kim and all of you, our mom. I would love to be in your training, Jessica said.
Hey, Jessica, here's what I want you to do. First thing I want you to do is join. And then when you join, then I want you to send me a message, and then we're going to have a call. Me and you going to discuss your goals. We're going to discuss what you want to happen. And then I'm going to be your personal coach. I always tell people, listen, when you get in my academy, you got access to me. Me and you going to talk. If you ain't in my academy, don't call me. Because you won't have my number anyway. But if you're in my academy, every person in my academy can call me on my personal phone. And so we're going to teach you on the journey how to deal with the narcissist, how to deal with the current relationship that you're in. But you got to take the first step, though. And so go to the relationshipacademy.co.
And here it is right here on his website as well. Make sure that you visit this, and it talks about the Relationship Academy, the one-on-one coaching. All of it's outlined right there for you to join the community. There is no reason for you not to be able to join the Relationship Academy if you visit his website.
Okay, cool.
Because it's all outlined there very well. Real, raw, relatable information. Everything that you need to know about Coach Ken Canion is right here on his website under CoachKenCanion.com. The communities that he offers, the relationship books, learning more about him and his wife and what they do with the canon culture. They have all kinds of traveling events and dates where they're doing some comical things. You name it, it's happening.
Yeah. Yep. So that's where we're at.
Okay. Did I leave anybody out? I didn't want to leave anybody out. I see all of you. I kept looking. Jessica said I kept looking for that guy I met and fell for, but thing was that the man was never coming back because he was never real. Wow. Yeah, Jessica, reach out to me. Let's talk for real. He was always the one. I didn't want to believe it. Wow. Brittany, I didn't put her comment up. She said, this is really great information.
That's my daughter right there.
That's your daughter?
Yes, that's my daughter.
Oh, Brittany, I didn't even know that. Okay, I had put a picture.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Oh, that's one of them too?
The one on the left. On the left. It's Brittany.
Hey, Brittany. Beautiful family. All right, I'm so glad I'm glad I went back because she'd be like, I know you lying. She didn't put my comment for my dad. I would have been like, I'm so sorry.
I think she get tired of me lecturing her too, But I'm like a cool dad though. Like you, me and you can have a real conversation. I'm not like, because, but she knows that I live by what I say. I'm not one of the people who just talk this. I live this.
You can tell that. And I think that's what makes you more relatable because people want to learn and glean from you. And Vicky said it worked in year 3 because that trait was laying dormant inside. And then at some point, that person yielded to the temptation. That's what she said.
That's an interesting take right there. Laying dormant.
I like that.
I would love to have a conversation about that later on, Vicky. But that's okay. I wonder what was laying dormant. What is it that was laying dormant?
Well, I can't speak on behalf of Vicky, but what I can tell you is that over the years, when I got feedback about other people, they were saying this is something that we saw in this person many years ago. It may not have been something you experienced in your relationship, but it was there all along.
Okay. That's interesting.
But Vicky, you can tell your own perspective. Jessica said, well, I came out of a 9-year relationship with the narcissist and he couldn't be consistent with anything that's what she was referring to, basically.
Yeah, right. So that was when I was talking to her. Okay, cool.
Okay. So I went back and just pulled in y'all older comments, and let's see. My mom said, hello, Coach Ken. I love you. You are filled with lots of wisdom.
Oh, thank you, Mama. I appreciate you.
And Jeanette is definitely going to join the academy. If you know
Let's
you're
go, Jeanette. And then y'all call me, set up a time so me and y'all can get on the Zoom so we can discuss what you want to do. I'm a hands-on coach. I ain't one of them coaches. You join the academy, you don't never see them. But I got other coaches in there. We got a whole thing going, y'all. We for real. This community, I ain't never seen nothing quite like it. And I built it.
Anything that you're a part of is going to be phenomenal, for sure.
Listen, my wife, I love my wife. She says to me the other day, you know, you got the Midas touch, right? Because I
trying to get some brownie points, but okay.
Because I was kind of doubting something. She said, everything you touch turns to gold. That is God's mantle for you. Everything that you touch turns to gold. And I was like, dang, I ain't never thought. And she brought up stuff that I've done. I was like, I just be doing stuff. I didn't realize that, I've written 10 books, been on 3 reality shows, created this academy, been on CNN. I've done a lot, but I just look at it as working in the vineyard, as my mom would say. Produced a movie series. I don't even know all of it because it's just a part of me just doing this work.
Just doing the work. And that's when you know it's from God, is when you're able to just do what God expects for you to do. And that's it. You're not doing anything more or less. You're just doing what you believe he's equipped you to do and what he's trusted you to do. And he's trusting you with people's relationships. And it's a gift from God is what it is, in my opinion. I do want to take a moment just to let y'all know that Letitia M. Lamar, she is one of our sponsors, and she is having a free Legacy Now masterclass. And I'm going to remove the one comment so that you can be able to see and scan the QR code. It's free. She's actually a best-selling author of a book called Be Great. And if you click on that QR code, you can register for her free Legacy Now mastercard class, and it's going to allow you the opportunity to leave very equipped and clear about your legacy and how to be great within your family. So, and in life, not just within your family, but in life. But if you scan that QR code, you can go ahead and register for her upcoming training, which is next on Thursday at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can let her know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you her way. All right. And the final thing I'll tell you is, from a way of an announcement, is on February 11th, we have our Walk by Faith Network. Coach Pamela Luhing, which is considered the powerhouse in motion, is what she really is. There's an event that we're hosting for Christian business owners. We invite you to come and be a part of it. It usually sells out. We have 5 vendor tables, and it's going to be Wednesday, February 11th. Lunch is included from 12 to 3 p.m. It's available on Eventbrite, the tickets, if you just search Walk by Faith Network. All right, closing comments. Ken, anything you want to say as a closing comment? He'll be back next month, y'all.
We'll work it out next month. I said enough.
I feel like we got a lot accomplished today. You always
even with this weather.
Even with the weather, even with the ice and the sleet and stuff and going in and out. Check your receipts, not your doubts. That's good.
Check your receipts.
So if we go back and just briefly recap on some of the points that Coach Ken made, dating is about collecting data.
Mm-hmm.
He said, don't run out at the first sign of a red flag. That's a big learning lesson for me, because I would.
Everybody peel out. Peel out.
I would be gone. Boring is a safe, secure relationship. That's something that you don't have to keep putting in a bunch of thought to it. You know it's good, just like you do with the security alarm system. And you said the most important thing is communication with each other. These are some things I was typing when you were talking.
Yeah, but that one right there is the one that people get wrong the most. They think because they say something, they're communicating, but they're not. Mm. They think because they say it, because they express it, they communicate it, but that ain't true. And maybe that's what we'll talk about next go round. There's a process.
Let me write this down. What is it?
I'm doing a series right now called "Silence is Killing Your Relationships."
Okay.
But what it is people think because they actually say it that they're communicating, but they're not. Wrong, wrong, wrong.
Okay, that's what we're going to be doing next time. Saying it does not always mean that you're communicating it. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Let's see. Identify what you value the most, and then you can override your brain. That was a good takeaway for me as well. All right. Well, Coach Ken, you did it again. Just knocked it out the park.
You know it.
I really appreciate it. All right. And it's about to watch the replay, the silent video now.
Okay. Yeah. It's on my Facebook page. We go deeper into it. We're going deeper into it in my academy. But yeah, that's why I wanted to put it out to the public. But you have to join my academy. You can only get so much free stuff.
To join the academy is nominal cost, y'all. The relationshipacademy.co. Go ahead and visit that immediately and get into the academy. Let them know that you saw him on the Kim Jacobs show, and that's what's bringing you over there, please. And then maybe I can get in the academy. If y'all go join the academy, he might do some kind of affiliate thing for me. You never know. I need some help.
I'll let you in the academy. I'll just let you in, Kim, for free.
What? Okay, y'all can do. I'm gonna tell you right now. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. But what I'm gonna do? Let me. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna have to change this for 1 second over to my. I changed this to my church. I'm a pastor too, so I have to put it up for 1 second because I got to play this. All right.
That's old school Kojic right there.
I said, let me change that on over to the church page for a second.
The church
in the academy, y'all. I'm gonna be in the academy with Coach Ken Canion. Somebody ought to praise the Lord on that note, right? All right, y'all. Listen, I'm so glad. Let's see. Really enjoyed. Avis said she really enjoyed today's program. Come join the academy, Ace. Let's see. I haven't communicated my feelings for a guy because he's not saved.
What? Okay. I know we over time. First off, what? Blue sky. Listen, sweetheart. Because he's not saved. That's like saying I'm not going to communicate my feelings to a person because they walk crooked. That doesn't make any sense. Let me tell you why it doesn't make any sense. You communicating is not predicated on their actions. You don't have to be with him because he's not saved, but you're communicating with him because you're communicating with him. Matter of fact, if he pursued you for 3 years, that's even more reason why you need to communicate with him, that because of your spiritual place right now, it's not in alignment with me.
Okay, you got some free counseling today, Blue Shy 5489.
It's not in alignment. God, I wish I had her in my academy. Anyway, okay. Kim, I'll take up your whole day doing this.
Okay, I have thoroughly enjoyed our time together. I hope you all did as well. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we are bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. If you did partner with us today, then please let me know. And when I come on my next live, which actually I'm having a guest on talking about faith and effort, some of the things that he had to go through to grow through. And he lost both of his parents. It's a whole story. So please make sure you tune in again tomorrow, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. You're going to be in for a roller coaster ride is really what you're going to be in for tomorrow. Heartfelt episode. So partner with us and say something. Tell people to partner with me. Ken, I'm going to remove myself.
Partner with Kim. I need to partner with Kim. She said, hey, look, she's going to remove herself. But look, Kim, she for real. I'm letting her into my academy for free. Just because Kim used to have me on her show when I wasn't big. When I didn't have 1.5 million followers. She believed in me then. So look, I'm putting her in. But the rest of y'all, it's a small fee. It's $97 a month. I'm not even gonna lie. but it's worth way more than that. For which just getting with me, having access to me alone, it's worth way more than that, a lot more. I'm not going to go into it, but if you ain't willing to invest in you, I ain't willing to invest in you either.
That's
Kim,
that right
I'm
there.
gonna send you your link to get in.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying not to talk over you saying you let me in there, right? He pursued me for 3 years. My mom said, "Hey, Kim, you are in the academy." I'll come and talk to you in a few minutes. All right. Y'all, that's today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. It has been just really a pleasure to have you on here today. Thank you, Kim. Everybody else giving a round of applause? Yes. Outstanding episode. All right. Thank you all for tuning into this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Today, we did that with Coach Ken Canion. Any closing comment, Ken? All right.
Join the academy.
Join the academy. God bless y'all. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you and make it a great day.